What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 63 of the EZPZ Podcast. We're dropping that fucking the. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 63 of EZPZ Podcast. Popping at you hard, bigly, strongly. Coming at you. We're going to have a great show for you this week. We're going to talk about Grammy recap, travel industry, Peter Thiel, three titans of modern industry taking on the Big Pharma. Joining me this week, Nick.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Nick? I always love to have you on. Trey.
Ayo, potatoes.
We talked about getting Trey on every episode, so we'll see.
Yeah, whatever you guys want, dude.
I don't know if he's in the budget. I don't know if I can afford you.
This guy, I don't know.
I don't know if I can afford you, man.
Well, I mean,
You're big shit.
Yeah, you would have to start paying me at that point.
And special guest, first woman to be on the podcast in 15 episodes, 20 episodes. My sister was first one, number 6.
I was about to say breaking barriers over here, but no. just
Madison, I gotta introduce you first before you can speak.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
Oh,
We got procedures.
No, Madison, I'm super happy to have you on. Been a good friend of mine since I met you the first week I met Lydia. Thursday after I met Lydia. Mm-hmm. So at Wellman's.
Was that where we first met?
Yes, you, Mitch, Lydia, me.
We're all great friends.
We're all friends.
Wellman's on Ingersoll. Fuck you, Wellman's out in the west. Wellman's on Ingersoll is Kingpin Wellman's.
Yeah,
So.
it's true. It's a fact.
Super happy to have you on finally.
Wow.
I know I've been late last year when I started talking about reviving the podcast. I was talking about getting you back on. It took a little bit, but I'm happy to have you on. Hope to have more special guests in February. Yeah. So tell the listeners a little bit about yourself, listeners playing at home.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm happy to be here. Excited to do this. Finally. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were up pretty late last night.
I was up pretty late. My parents like to party, as you guys probably know. My mom retired, so we were up till 3.
I did
just
not know she
shit.
was such a badass.
She has done some cool shit
Yeah.
in her life.
So she worked primarily in domestic violence in Iowa.
Fighting the good fight and working for the state. She's a good lady.
So she's been a social worker. Her entire
social
life.
worker by trade, yes.
Okay.
And she started her job when she was like in her 50s, which is kind of cool. It's like to know that you can kind of start a career in something that late and like have such an impact.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
I'm
What do you
always
mean?
panicking.
Yeah.
Like, well, I know what she means.
Yeah.
Like at 29, I'm sitting here like, well, I'm pretty much like stuck in food work, you know. But like she switched at 50. Switched careers, you know.
Not switch, but like at least you can start somewhere and establish yourself. Yeah. There's hope for all of us.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
It's really cool. That was the first retirement party I've ever been to, I believe, or first one that was like run decently. There's tons of good food. There was a good host there that was like introducing people to give speeches when we sat around for like almost 30-40 minutes, and people were saying some positive things about it.
had to speak. I was not planning it.
You did good. You were off the cuff.
Yeah, it was very off the cuff. But no, it was cool to see all the people in her life who admire her. And
in your father's speech, Ben, Ben's well
he's
known.
The
listeners.
romantic.
Yeah.
He stood up and gave a whole
I did not know he's a romantic man like that. Wow. He made Lydia cry with what he said. He made me tear up.
Clem almost cried when he gave his little
Clem even gave a speech.
God.
Oh, that's cute. He was choking up.
He was choking up,
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it was really
it was
remarkable. Like it was really beautiful to be a part of that.
Yeah,
like just even see it. Like I was just sitting there like jaw dropped the whole time.
That's awesome.
We were glad you came. So
so congrats, Benny, Mama Bear over there. I finally know you're Madison Zach Rich LeHue. I finally know the LeHue comes from Benny.
Oh yeah. My mom.
Okay. Zach Rich is from your father.
If I was gonna be a boy, I was gonna get my dad's Zach Rich because my sister has LeHue, but I was another girl, so I got both and they hyphenated it.
Oh,
so it's
wait,
weird,
your
but,
sister's a LeHue?
She's just not anymore, but she was growing up. She was Mara LeHue.
I did not know that. So
Weird.
you're the one that
I just got the hyphen.
That's interesting.
I didn't even know you could do that, I guess.
Well,
you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you could name your kid,
you
like,
literally can just
McGee.
make up your own.
I guess you can't because that's child abuse.
What's little daddy? What's the kid's name? He like wants to be Frankenstein or something.
Oh yeah, Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. Big Daddy.
Sadler. Yeah.
He wants to like
Frankenstein.
What do you want to eat? I want 50 packets of ketchup.
That kid was like an all-star. Like
oh yeah, I bet that kid is fucked up now.
Yeah.
Child actors never end up good. But
whatever, man. Macaulay Culkin only did coke for 5 years.
Right.
Have you seen that, brother?
Yeah, his brother's doing really good though. What's his name? Rory McCulkin.
I don't even know about that guy.
Brother? Yeah.
He was in. I think his brother's doing pretty good. I mean, Macaulay's awesome, dude. He's a brother to you because you both love pizza.
Oh, dude, I'm obsessed with Home Alone. But last night I was like delivering, and there was this. I delivered to this house south of Grand. It's this humongous mansion.
Oh, nice.
And I pull up. I pull up, and it's like it is the fucking Home Alone house. I swear to God, and it has like the round driveway and everything. And I pull up. There's these two kids just staring out the glass door, like at the front, God. And then like I was like, "Is this for you guys?" They're like, "Yes," and then just took it. I'm like, "Oh my God, they were left home alone."
Oh my God!
Watch out, the wet bandits are coming for these kids.
Dude, there's two people. I don't want to get into that. Okay, we'll get into something else. What? I'm saying there's two people in my office building that look like the wet fucking bandits. So it's like two women, too.
Well, dude, it's about time they made an all-female.
I'm not gonna disclose where I work, but most of you can take a wild guess. But anyway, these two people they stole succulents off of like the windowsill, like at my office building. Weird. Yeah, they just like took them.
Well, so they look like the wet bandits, and they're stealing stuff.
Exactly. Well, there's it's like a tall one and a short one. You know, it's just like the wet bandits, and so they steal the succulents, and the person I didn't know whose they were. I just witnessed. I'm like, whoa, that was crazy. And then like the person got back from vacation that owned the succulents. And she's like, where are my succulents? I'm like, oh, I got these sons of bitches. I hate thieves, you know? So I'm like running. I'm telling her, I'm like, yo, I got this. Like, I saw them. It's Tweedledee and Tweedledum over there. They sit way over there. And they walk by at like 5. I gave her all these details, you know, because I like photographic memory out of this. And then they come over and they like warm up to one of my coworkers who owns a fish. He got a fish for like as a white elephant gift last Christmas. They warm up to him, and he doesn't like responsibility. He doesn't like doing that stuff. So like, and he's taking care of this fish. So they ask him if they can take the fish. So they got a fish and a succulent. They didn't really steal the fish, but they kind of did. I don't know.
They're like intimidated the guy.
Yeah, they're like legit
for shit.
Wet white bandit, elephant, whatever.
Sticky bandits.
Yeah,
it's an office epidemic though. There's people that are my side of things that like steal people's lunches out of the fridge.
I feel like I've been out of the like office scene for too long that like these things happen.
It's terrible. No, like have you ever watched?
Where's my yogurt? Like I hear that once a week.
If you watched Office Space recently, it's painfully accurate.
Yeah, I think that's like an ongoing struggle. Like on Reddit, every couple of years, you'll see something like where there will be like some lunch battle happening. You know,
I know,
where
right?
It's like, if I'm reporting you to HR, it's like you'll never figure out who I am, you son of a bitch. And they're just like sending like notes back to each other in the refrigerator.
Dude, there's one time just recently. It was so disgusting. Like someone literally spilled milk on like 12 people's lunches. And then it's just like you open up the drawer and they didn't do shit about it. There's just curdled milk everywhere. And they're just like, no, that's fine. That's
my God. That is like, so funny you say that. So one day I brought, every week I bring like 3 to 5 like blender bottle containers. The one that's over here on the desk is like a black thing that the blender bottle that people shake up with like the little
protein powder.
Yeah, protein like thing. I just filled those up with like kale shakes and like smooth and like berries. So it's like just kale, berries, cucumber, maybe some like bell pepper. Anyways, there's like this purple mush, okay? Because it's like, it's all the berries, black, blue, and raspberry. And it's just like purple mush, okay? And so like I bring in like this giant bag. It's actually this yellow bag that's in my backpack now from Forever 21. I love you. I love you. And then, so I bring that in. I set down the top rack because it's the only one that fits how tall they are.
Yeah.
Okay. One day we get an email saying, oh no, there's like purple stuff spilled all over like everyone's stuff. An email, building wide. So like there's 4 buildings to our giant. Huh?
a memo.
Yeah, no, it's from like the office memo lady for like the building I work at. And she's like, "There's purple goo like all over everyone's lunch." I'm like,
you're like, "Oh
it's
no!"
I walk into the like area, like the little like kitchenette area, and everyone is like chaos. There's people crying. There's like freaking people. There's people holding up babies and shit. Yeah. They're like Bruce Almightying up to like Jesus and God, if there is a thing up there. And then I'm like, oh crap, this is totally me. I run back to my desk. I'm just like sitting there. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. My coworkers are like looking at me. And, like, I'm like, I have to confide in somebody. I'm texting Lydia. And I'm like, the leaky lunch epidemic is my fault. And like,
I think I need to quit my job.
Like, I'm like talking to my coworker. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? Yeah, I think I need to like, I don't know. Should I go back in there and help?
No, what you do is you frame somebody else.
Well, I'm like seriously getting like a panic attack. Like, cause I walk back in a second time, see the chaos again. Like I just because I'm a masochist, and
you always return to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, the criminal returned twice. I'm just like asking to get arrested.
Oh my god!
I finally I bribed like my coworker to go like look and like see if it was my yellow Forever 21 bag like had tipped over. I didn't shut him because I was like in a hurry that morning too. Yeah. I knew I didn't shut him all the way. Possibly the snapping of the lid.
Yeah, okay. It's hard to do that.
It's a hard life. Yeah. So she goes in there and it's not even mine.
Oh, what? There's just someone else with purple.
Well, somebody brought like some purpley like wet gooey pie thing for food day, and they left it, and they just it spilled all over everyone's lunch. So like 15 lunches got ruined. Well, like literally,
what a day.
Yeah, dude, I was like sweating. I was shaking.
Was the Forever 21 bag intact? Did your lunch get ruined?
No.
All right, good deal,
dude. I had snapped them all perfectly fine. So I was like, some punk just like pushed my bag because I make sure all of them are sitting up straight just in case. But anyway, I got this a folder in my Outlook that just says it's like for a rainy day. And I have the like memo, and I always if I'm having a bad day at work, I go to that folder and like,
read it.
Yeah, read that lunch. I'm like the leaky lunch. Oh my god, the leaky lunch
epidemic.
Let's pop off with recap. I know it's like old as heck news by now. You're listening to the Tuesday after we record this, but let's pop off about the Grammys. Nick, let's have you take lead.
So the Grammys were this past weekend.
Yeah.
A few of us got together and watched it. Kendrick, I mean, mainly what I was like most happy about it was Kendrick Lamar basically took over the whole rap genre. He won Best Rap Song, Best Rap Album, Best Rap Music Video, Best Rap Performance. I don't think anyone else even won anything in the rap category.
Crazy. Who else
Tyler
besides
the Creator
Jay-Z was
Jay-Z was nominated.
Tyler the Creator is who I was like rooting for if Kendrick didn't win. You know, like I love Tyler.
That's surprising that Post Malone didn't win anything because I know that he's like popping off pretty hard.
See, that is a great frame of thought to keep in mind, especially for Album of the Year. Right. Popping off, it's like who has the most YouTube views.
Who's hot at the time,
Well, I still think that Kendrick should have won that. Like, I mean, his shit's just way better than Post Malone's, and Post Malone's just like in like the growing stages of being an artist. Like, I mean, how long has he been doing that, releasing albums and stuff?
Right.
So,
well, I didn't bring my extra recorder, and we just lost all of our Grammys discussions. So, basically, long story short, Kendrick got snubbed. 24K Magic isn't that bad. Bruno Mars is not a bad dude just because he won. Despacito should have won Song of the Year because I heard that like playing everywhere. Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish.
There's only very little left.
You know what? Take it. Yeah. No, I have had so much coffee today.
I'm shaking.
So we just lost a lot of our podcasts, but I'll just plan on bringing the external other recorder just as a safety net every time now. Because this happened twice this season, but you ain't gonna stop the EZPZ. We're still coming. We're still dropping that so you ain't gonna stop EZPZ. Lemon squeezy. Sorry, Madison. This is kind of weird for your first episode. But we got into what was our other discussion there?
Travel industry.
We were talking government.
We were talking. So I like
the blue waves, the red waves.
all of my profundity was lost
I
in
know.
the darkness, into the void.
File, save as. It's right here.
Yeah. We'll just jump right into the travel industry, and we'll just take it as a great conversation, just
that
like you
we
said.
will all cherish and remember.
Yeah.
We just took an elbow. We're bouncing right back.
I took an elbow. Yeah, that's really crappy. Okay, so chat about the travel industry
in the U.S. So yeah, anyway, was reading this article from NPR, interviewing some guy like from this new bureau they like created because travel to the U.S. is declining, and just kind of got me to thinking like, well, what could that be attributed to? And like, there's the obvious reasons. Like, I think the perception people have of the U.S. currently is like very unwelcoming, and already, like, even before Trump was elected, if you are a person who wanted to travel to the U.S., like, if you weren't American, it's a hard thing to do. It can be a hard thing to do. Some people have to get visas, like, just to travel here.
It's definitely intimidating.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, and we're, like, destroying, like, national parks and, like, the crime rate. I mean, like, they hear our police are killing everybody.
Right.
Like, who the fuck wants to go?
Why do we want to visit there? Which is just, that's such a crazy thing to think about, considering, like, what people think of the U.S. and the place that we have. And
well, yeah, I mean, like, if you think about, like, your perceptions of Mexico, you think, like, probably the worst stuff about it, and like,
even though it only happens in certain little
places.
Yeah,
exactly. So like
point.
Cartel, like bad police, like their jails are really bad. Those are the things that like stick out in your mind before you go on a vacation there, So maybe the same thing where perception is horrible.
And just kind of going off of that, it made me think of, so I studied abroad in Brussels during my junior year of college. And like realizing that so much of like people's opinions of us is just based on who our president is. Like, basically, I had been told that when Bush was president, like if you were an American abroad, oh God, Americans like you're awful. And then Obama became president, and everyone changed their tune. It was like, oh, you guys are doing great things, blah blah blah. And then currently, I can only imagine what it's like to be.
Terrible.
And it's a little bit like disconcerting because it's like, well, that sucks. Like, you shouldn't base base a whole country just off of who their president is. So it's just weird that
that's kind of all that I'm sure a lot of people have to go off of. Just what's in the news.
No, for sure.
Like,
yeah.
That's all they're going to. That's their only way to perceive us, I guess.
Well, what's interesting is I bet we've still like continued, like we probably have done like the same number of drone strikes through like all of these, or killed the same number of like people in other countries, and it's just like one guy that's like speaks like nicely, and that changes the perception of a country full of like, I don't even know how many million people live in America, but
a lot Obama had a lot of blood on his hands still, for sure.
Maybe.
Sounds good.
So much. It's so easy to make fun of Bush. Like he just always. Well,
my favorite quote was like, it's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. You ain't gonna fool me again.
And then he almost died by eating a pretzel. Like he just never.
There was some shit that we forgot that Bush did. Now
George
we have
Bush
a Cheeto.
does not like black people.
Oh yeah.
You ever want to stop a conversation? Like say that.
It's funny because like the perception of our past presidents gets so much better after they've left office. Everyone's like, "Oh, Bill, come here! I want Bill Clinton back! Oh, bring back Bush!" It's like, no, you don't want those motherfuckers back in there.
President Hoover, I remember him. He was great.
Hindsight's always 20.
He made the vacuums, right?
He ran Hoover High School here in Des Moines. That's what he did. So what do you think everyone thinks? I want to know what like Clem's a great resource, right? Like he's from France.
I mean some people's perceptions about the U.S. like they aren't wrong. Like there are definitely
we do like cheeseburgers.
Freedom fries.
Ice cold beer and country music.
Damn, now I want a Miller High Life, baby. Oh, Natty Ice or something. You guys want a barbecue later?
Super Super Bowl's today. So.
Oh, shit! America!
Super Bowl Sunday. Sunday. So,
Memorial Auditorium.
What's going on though? Like, what's going on with the decline there?
I don't know that much more beyond that. It just, I guess, like the numbers within the past year or so have been declining. And yeah, when you think about like the tourism industry, like that's a big moneymaker. Like,
but it's so weird because the economy's never been this good, right?
Well,
like,
thanks to Trump. Like he.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't that take like a few years to kick in?
Well, that's
with,
the
like,
funny thing too. Is like it's all
right.
from other shit. Like it's not his doing.
People are so short-sighted with that shit. Obama was doing like, well, to be fair, Obama did some like shady under the table shit that like didn't get reported in like ABC definitely. Or whatever. But like all of like it seems like it was generally a good thing because we're still kind of riding that wake.
And and he came in after like the crisis and stuff, like the economic crisis. And,
so I assume that we're gonna have a little dip after Trump gets out.
Oh, maybe with all this like.
Do you think he'll get reelected?
Let's not even go there. I don't even want to think about that.
Oh my!
If he does, there's just no hope for this. Like,
you are moving to France or Brussels.
I will be gone by then. Yes.
Maybe we'll start like a purge thing. We'll do a purge.
No, I don't believe in like the whole moving out of the country if he gets reelected or elected or reelected. When people were saying, I'm like, I actually like said that a couple times, probably jokingly.
I did too. But to me, it's like, well, no, don't move. Make some change, like do some work to try
exactly.
to
if he gets reelected, then we didn't listen. Like we didn't listen to our fellow Americans that aren't.
No, I truly think that if he gets I don't even know. Like just the amount of people who support him now. Like, there's so many people that voted for him that would never vote for him again.
Right. Yeah.
Because they were just, like, taking a chance.
He had an R next to his name.
They were just taking a chance. And
or they were just being radical voters, you know, because of, like, his radical ideas, you know? Like, they're like, oh, okay, this is what we need. We need a change, you know? Like, kind of how Obama, like, was writing that. It's like, oh, things are so bad right now. Yeah, exactly. It's like, let's change. That's what people are looking for always, you know, they want something different because it's been the same for 200 years, you know, like I don't know.
Gigantic wave of voters between 2004's election, 2008 election became eligible to vote, including me. Although I didn't vote for Obama the first time because I wasn't really well read and I just followed my dad. So my dad wanted to vote Republican. So, but I mean, obviously I vote him versus Romney in 2012. But
I don't vote for president. I just vote for local.
Well, but that's good. I mean, at least you're exercising your right. Like, I really hope that.
I'm lying.
Wait, what?
I said I haven't in a while. I'm lying. I'm just lying to everyone.
You voted before, though.
Yeah, I have voted. Okay. I have voted. I think like
vote this year. Go vote in November.
Yeah.
I'm going to caucus on Monday. I mean, not probably many people are, but.
Nice.
For basically this year, it's like party business. It's not like a big deal because it's not a presidential year, but it'll be just local shit.
That's cool.
Talk about.
Gail was saying she wanted to go to that.
I've never caucused before, and it's so unique that we get to do that here. That like,
for sure.
Why not?
It was kind of fun to caucus for Bernie 2 years.
Yeah, ago. I wasn't here, so
yeah.
But I feel like Bernie's shit would be like a party because everyone's like alternative.
Oh man,
like,
it really was. So many yuppies.
Yuppies.
Oh yeah, dude.
So everyone's either cool or
like cool. Late 20s, early 30s, like we only shop locally and organically. Like just it was just a whole big thing. But it was awesome.
I mean, that's good, but.
Walk into the caucus, smell patchouli.
Yep, exactly.
Leave, turn the fuck around.
Dudes passing out everywhere.
Oh my god.
UBs in the crowd.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of changes coming down the line.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's gonna be a good year.
We got to fight for our rights to party.
Dude.
You know?
Beastie Boys 2020 is the next election year.
Yes.
All right.
I'm down. I want to party.
I mean, if Trump can become president and anybody's got a shot.
Yeah, anything's possible.
Well, Kendrick Lamar said Jay for president at the end of winning.
Oh,
yeah.
Jay-Z.
So he meant, like Jay-Z for president.
Well, that's
it's like why didn't you just say Oprah? You could have just tossed out Oprah.
Oprah should not be president either, though.
He doesn't really like Oprah.
Right.
Kendrick doesn't?
What do you mean?
Just because she's
is he
always
outspoken about Oprah?
Sort of.
Okay.
So, like... in the end.
Talking about the thing with the N-word thing?
Yeah. So, like, Oprah's always been anti-rappers saying the N-word in any of their songs.
I'm sure there's a big, like, disagreement among, like, black people.
Yeah, for sure. Like, does that hurt us? Or does that help, you know, like, by you saying it? And then, like, that's always every, like, racist white dude's, like, go-to is like, they say in their songs, they like to call each other it.
Yeah, I think it does perpetuate it, though.
Okay, so you're of the Oprah mindset.
Yeah, I think it does. Like, I mean, just if you didn't say it and it was so taboo for everyone to say it, like, if black people were scared to say it, then white people would definitely be scared to say it. I don't know, like... Yeah, but probably not the hick-ass people that are saying it anyway, so...
There's definitely valid points to that.
Sorry.
No.
The flip side of the coin, what, like, Jay-Z and everybody was saying is that they're basically, like, taking it back.
Reclaiming.
They're taking the power out of it. Like, they're using it as an endearing term for each other. Something that, like, caused so much, like, hate and turmoil and pain for so long.
But then they're just super offended when it's said, still. I don't know. It doesn't seem like
it's a different connotation, because you're talking about hard R and A. Like, it's two different words, kind of.
And I also feel like
I think it is.
I also feel like, well, as a white person, like, I don't have any room to have something to say. You know what I mean? Like, that's fine if they want to. Yeah. And with the reclaiming thing, it's a similar thing that happened with, like, the word cunt. Like, there were feminists who, like, I don't know when this was, but I learned about it in class. Yeah, a word that when you say it has such terrible connotation, but they were basically wanted to reclaim it and say, well, we can say it and there doesn't need to be anything wrong with it. Like, that's fine. So not exactly the same thing.
Kind of, though, yeah.
So the same thing with gay, right?
It's like, I mean,
and homo. So we have a gay friend, Brandon Paulson. He always calls himself a homo. Like, I'm just, he calls himself
It's just
gay
that word, like, the N-word has so much more, like charge, like, it's just so much more
I don't
politicized.
Think homo is, like, necessarily negative, you know what I mean? Like, but N-bombs are probably negative 90% of the time in my mind.
Like, FAG, like, I don't really ever hear him say that, but he calls other gay people, gay men, gay women homos. He just does. He's just like, I feel like I when I was 12, homo was, like, equivalent to gay.
Like,
idiot or like fag. I don't like that word. It hurts even like come out of your mouth. It just it feels gross.
And it's the same thing with like cunt or other words like that. It's the same
just any
kind of
word.
When I was like 16 to 18 or whatever, like when I was like, in my teens, I would say the N-word, Nigga, like when I'm rapping. Like, to a song, but now I don't even say it at all. Like, even if I'm alone, I don't even say it.
I'm the same way, like, it seems weird to, say it.
I don't know. It's just, like, kind of, like, part of growing up, man.
You learn what words to not say.
I mean, just not, even if I'm, like, in my car alone. Like, I just don't, I won't even say it. I don't know why. It's just ingrained in my head now as I get older. Let's chat about Peter Thiel buying Gawker. PT sucking the young bloods. You know that, right? Peter Thiel has like a blood boy.
What?
Yeah,
he sucks the blood out of his.
He gets like these fit 20-year-olds, and he gets their blood and he puts it.
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
there's like so many rumors about
it.
Transfusion.
He's bursting at the seams. He's got so much blood. He's like.
That's weird. He gets stem cells shot into his penis.
Bloodiest man in politics or whatever Peter Thiel does.
Whatever he does.
He's a big dude. I figure you guys would. He's like a venture.
I know about Peter Thiel.
You can help me with this, but
he's a
venture. He's a venture capitalist. He's a co-founder of PayPal. Got in on Facebook like really early and made a shit ton of money from that.
Yes. Okay.
But he is like notorious because he like most of those dudes are like left-leaning, I would say, and Peter Thiel's like he's conservative.
Yeah, and when it comes to like a big tech industry people, he's
supported Trump. Like he's just a kind of an outlier. Yeah, I would say
exactly.
And so he more recently was kind of embroiled in this scandal with Gawker because he was the reason they went bankrupt. He supported.
So real quick, what was Gawker?
A news site. I honestly never.
Okay, I read it.
Never read it.
I read it a lot. So it's like they did hard journalism where they were just like they would. openly like out people.
They outed Peter Thiel.
Exactly.
And so he had beef with Gawker already.
Okay. So he like took him down because they wrecked him or something.
They outed him as a gay man, which you should never.
I read the article. It's a little
dude. They did that. So they did like journalism that was like ridiculous, like stuff that would like ruin somebody. They did. So let's get into real quick the main deal, like how Peter Thiel got. First of all, they outed him. He's pissed off. He's just sitting there like for 2 years. He's waiting, biding his time, waiting for his opportunity, and then Hulk Hogan's whole thing happened.
Which I don't know. What did they say about Hulk Hogan?
What happened was Hulk Hogan's best friend Terry, which is Hulk Hogan's real name. His best friend, somebody, another wrestler, some dude love type looking dude, but he liked to be cucked or something, right? Okay. So like he wanted to watch Hulk Hogan screw his wife.
What?
They videotaped it.
Okay.
Gawker like gets a hold of this whole story or whatever and outs Hulk Hogan or not outs, but you know what I mean, like
writes an article.
Exposes it. Exposes it. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. Of how Hulk Hogan had this weird relationship and like it was just all messed up where he's like cucking his friend or something.
And
I hate that word too.
And his wife didn't know about it, I heard, or something like that.
Yeah. So Hulk Hogan gets divorced, horrible divorce, loses like hundreds of millions.
When was this?
This is like the last like 5 years.
Okay.
And then Peter Thiel
comes in and he basically, since he didn't want to do a lawsuit of his own, I guess this is a thing for super rich people who don't want to go through like the process of actually suing somebody. He bankrolls Hulk Hogan's lawsuit. So he just pays for it.
So
this
dirty.
puts Gawker in a position where they're spending millions of dollars to like pay to defend themselves. And
Hulk Hogan's suing Gawker for $126 million.
And he won essentially.
Wins. Yeah.
And so Gawker goes down, bankrupt. Now, like fast forward to today, it's been reported, I don't know if it's true, that Peter Thiel wants to buy Gawker. And he's already talked about like building a conservative news site that's going to like rival Fox News. And so now there's going to be all this speculation about like, well, whether or not he'll actually be able to purchase it and what's he going to do.
Weird.
So
I see right through this, dude. He's trying to get Gawker so they can redact the gay thing about it.
That's exactly. No, there are like people saying that. Well, now that if he does buy it, he wants to get rid of the archives. That like that's part of his motive is that he doesn't want that shit.
Well, I mean, everyone knows he's gay. I was just thinking it was funny. It's like take backsies. No, I didn't say. No one said I was gay.
Yeah.
No one said I was gay on the internet.
That's actually a really good foresight.
That's exactly what he's trying to do. Like partly. And which like also brought me to another point. Like, do you guys remember maybe a couple months back when like all those local news sites like DNA Info, Gothamist, they got shut down by their billionaire like bankroller because they had voted to unionize, and he said a bunch of other shit, but it was because they voted to unionize. And he shut them down and all their archives gone. Like in a day, the staff wasn't even like notified. Wow. And so it's just like interesting that someone like Peter Thiel could come in and
just
take away like all these archives just because he fucking wanted to. And I feel like that's I don't know. That's another point, but
yeah, no, that's interesting. It's kind of like the Crusades where they were just like burning Bibles and shit like that.
This never happened.
Of Alexandria, Library of Alexandria.
Exactly, where they're just like rewriting history to suit their needs, basically, destroying anything that doesn't agree with their like version of the world or whatever. Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Scary.
Well, that's kind of like, I don't know if it's the same thing at all, but like history books, like when you're learning in school, like they're not.
They were written by all white men. I mean, it's
like they're not historically really that accurate.
Yeah. So and like a lot of what we read, I recommend The People's History of the United States. Howard Zinn. It's like a good read because it's like he basically takes the history of the U.S., but from the point of view of like indigenous people or like marginalized people. So it's like an actually like comprehensive look at what happened, from a different point of view.
A little more accurate, yeah. That's crazy.
We came in, wreck shop, us Europeans, and then we just took everything.
Gave them smallpox blankets.
Oh, man. That's so messed up.
Yeah, it's
Peter Thiel is a kind of a badass. I have respect for him in a lot of ways.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess you have to, but
as a businessman, but you don't have to I don't know.
I don't respect him as a human. He doesn't have ethics.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know enough about him.
But Gawker just it was a website
I really didn't know anything about it.
I mean, it was monthly, if not every couple months, you would read something absolutely horrible. They just. That's the kind of journalism I don't even know if you really. I mean, you need it.
You do, yeah.
But you don't out a gay dude.
Yeah, and you don't.
And the article that I went and read, the article outing him, and it just didn't seem like. It was just weird. It was Peter Thiel does all these things, and he's gay. It was just weird.
Oh golly gosh, he's gay. I'm gonna like that one little bit.
His blood boy is more than a blood boy. It's a sex boy. That's all I was saying.
Oh wow!
Just in case you didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Oh, sex boy. Okay. I need to get me one of those. Man, with my first $1 million, get myself a blood boy.
Dude, I'm on this stem cell thing. I want to go get my stem cell shot and everything.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, in Florida, you can go get stem cells now, shot into everywhere.
Your eyeballs?
I don't need it in my eyes.
No, get them in your eyes.
No, I would probably do
get bionic eyes. That's
penis.
The thing.
Penis.
Penis ball.
Tripling down on the balls. You have a third ball we don't know about?
No, it's for back pain, everything. I don't have back pain yet. I'm in my 20s, but Joe Rogan did it for his back.
Preemptive, maintenance, man. Get those stem cells.
True.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you can do to keep yourself limber and young, though.
You don't need to go
and
actually just start doing yoga.
Yeah,
yoga's ridiculous.
Yoga, meditation, and all that good stuff. Yeah. Be healthy.
I mean, meditation does affect my physical, my posture actually. Yeah. So I'll realize I'm tensing up like this at work, and then I'll just let loose a little bit, just by being more mindful.
It was just funny because you were hunched over, and then you're meditation's been affecting my posture, and suddenly sitting up.
I know I hate this chair. I always have to hold myself up.
You're conscious.
It's this chair, man. It's not my posture. I have great posture.
You bring your own back support thing.
Posture. I'm just a slump of a human being, just constantly slouched.
You just gotta be more mindful, man.
Dude, I don't give a shit.
When I'm 50, I'll have neck and back.
Dude, when I'm 50, I'm gonna be contemplating suicide.
No!
Are you one of those? That's like Isaac.
Oh my God,
he's
Isaac,
I'm gonna die by.
Yeah, friend of the show.
He's trying hard.
No, revoke.
Yeah, he's
revoke driver's licenses at 50. Start considering euthanasia at 60.
Well, you will be able to euthanize yourself at. I think we're 60.
Chill. Hey.
Potato. So let's dive into the 3 titans that are supposed to revolutionize our healthcare. So I don't know if you guys saw that posting I had in our
I read about it.
Show notes, but Jeff Bezos from Amazon will
more titans.
Warren Buffett of Berkshire Hathaway and Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan and Chase. They're getting together so Jeff Bezos is going to be competing with CVS and Walgreens. Amazon is going to be competing against CVS and Walgreens in a way. They're amping up their Big Pharma, their sites on Big Pharma. And Berkshire Hathaway and JP Morgan and Chase, they are going to be starting to sell all sorts of insurance to their employees, direct to their employees.
Right,
they're redistributing how how companies will have a third party
insure
their entire workforce. Well, they're gonna redistribute how their actual companies. Berkshire Hathaway, I think, owns Geico and stuff.
Oh wow!
So they're gonna be being able to sell direct to their employees from their own businesses and their own partner or sister companies. And so it's gonna be cutting out a lot of Big Pharma, a lot of other healthcare companies, and the reason why this is such a big deal is because the amount of employees each company has.
Right.
It's just nuts.
So
I did not know Amazon had 540,000 employees.
Yeah.
That is insane.
That is nuts when you think about.
That's 1/6 of Iowa.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
Well, yeah, I know. It's
Amazon
huge, dude. Think of what they're doing.
Do they know where they're still deciding where they're gonna put their next headquarters?
Yeah, they have like 20 cities. Yeah. We covered it on the podcast a couple episodes, but they have like 20 cities, and Des Moines is no longer in the running. Yeah. SF, LA, Chicago, all the big cities. Portland. But anyway, they're teaming up, and it's kind of weird. Like in Seattle, Washington, where Amazon's first headquarters is now, like if you're a high level management an Amazon employee, you've been tasked to like get info and intel on the big like the healthcare industry. Yeah. So like when they go and like talk to their physicians or whatever, they've been asking like leading questions of how
everything works,
how the doctor's day even goes, like what's her day like down to that, where they're gonna start. I just think like in 10 years, the healthcare industry, I mean, we're all already talking about universal healthcare. We had Obamacare, then we have Trump care, which is like cutting so much like it's ruining the lives of 23 million. You always hear that number.
Like the privatized Medicaid that happened in Iowa a couple of years back is already like fucking with so many people.
Oh my God.
Like it's
so bad.
It's wreaking havoc. Like they didn't realize what they were doing. It just and I don't even really understand the whole everything that happened. But
it's so I'm just glad that someone's entering the arena.
It'll be interesting. But it's interesting too because it's like they don't have a healthcare background, so it's going to be interesting to see someone coming from a private, private industry, business people. Yeah, I feel how are they going to run it? It's going to be interesting.
Each respective company has been hiring people from the healthcare industry. Like they've been kind of favoriting the people that have a history with it.
I just think it's good that there's going to be like, even if it's two kind of like huge conglomerates, that two are like kind of like fighting back and forth, because that's going to lower prices for consumers.
It's just a better,
it just is such a good thing, because Gail and I watched what was it, Dirty Money. It's like a Netflix series, and there's like an episode about Big Pharma. And it is absolutely
that
psychotic.
Industry is insane. Like how much money they make, the bullshit.
I guess you just. Oh yeah, no, it was like what is it, Vantiv or something like that? Is just buying up all of these little pharma companies and spiking prices because it's more profitable than doing real research in any way. So it's psychotic.
It's people that know how to turn a profit on stepping on the little guys. But we have I
was so lit after.
I was so lit. We have a dude that's kind of has a good history of like doing something for the little guy, Warren Buffett, who claims he knows how to turn a profit on this whole like revolution, like where he's
Buffett, I have so much respect for that dude, man. Like, he's legitly, like, a nice businessman, which doesn't even, like, exist in my mind. Like, you know what I mean?
I was going to say, is there, like, secretly some, like, dirt on him somewhere?
I know, right?
There has to be something.
He's like
he's just, like, a nice old man. Like, what the fuck? How did he get to where he is at? Like,
he's not leaving his family anything, He's, like, donating.
He wants them to, like,
do it themselves. Which is so admirable. Which I like to think if I had that much fucking money, I would give it back. Like, I can't stand... I don't know how it would change my head if I had that much money, but I just wish there were more people who saw the good in like giving your money, because what the fuck are you gonna do? You're gonna die, and then
he's got like $100
So give some of it to whoever, but like what money's no good when you're dead. Like it's just
Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, he's the most rich person in the world's ever seen. He eclipsed Bill Gates this last couple weeks. Of like the most wealthy person in the entire world. He is number one.
That's insane,
dude.
Like,
Jesus. What's funny too is like, I don't get how they're making money on Amazon. They're like beating everyone's prices.
Volume.
2 days shipping for free. Like, I mean, true. They have like some clever shit though too. Like they bought Twitch and stuff where they're like, they're just like really fucking smart. That guy's got to be just super genius.
So like, that's the thing. Like they know how to use. He knows how to use every single second of his day. Like he knows how to delegate the tasks that literally make no sense for him to like accomplish or do, and then he knows how to actually push and like, man, he's just a phenomenal leader. Clearly, very clearly. But I'm looking forward to these three taking it to Big Pharma. I mean, it doesn't even affect us right now, but
it'll just be interesting to see how it
healthcare industry affects us. Like it will start affecting us. Like,
I mean,
it needs to improve because I'm trying to live to be like 700 or be euthanized at 50. One of those two things.
We were actually last night having a good conversation with older people.
Yeah.
Like we were at like my girlfriend Lydia's, her family friend's house, and like we were just talking about how they think that we're joking about how they have 20 or 30 years left. They're like in their 60s, 50s, 60s, or 60s. And I'm like, well, I don't know. You might have a little bit more than that. You might be like, they might be able to live to like 110.
Do you think, like...
We might live to 125.
Do you think, really?
Possible.
Like...
Heck yeah.
Dude,
I think about that a lot. Like, for some reason recently, I've just been like... thinking about like mortality, and it's because it's a weird.
Isn't there like a thought in the healthcare profession that we've kind of plateaued with like life expectancy?
I feel like it may not get better. Like
but
I don't know.
I think with these guys, like innovating or like trying to make more money, obviously is their main motive. But I think that they would be pushing more valuable things that people want to buy, you know, like
companies like Amazon, Apple, like the most wealthy companies in the world, they will continually do better the longer their clientele lives. Like
that makes sense. That's funny.
They want us all to live to be 100 because then I'll buy the iPhone 214.
Jesus.
Like
when you say like that they make their money off of volume, they want as many existing customers to live as long as possible. That's smart.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is
crazy.
Kind of funny, like because there was a cigarette industry that was like huge for so long that didn't really care how long their customer lived, even though to me it would be in their interest to keep an addicted customer alive as long as possible. So why wouldn't you kind of like maybe cut some carcinogens or something? But I guess maybe that's part of the addiction is like these.
The cigarette industry is so weird. There's so many different moving parts to it, but 2008 or 9 they passed like an act or a law where you had to have a special chemical in it that would stop it from burning out. So
the fireproof cigarettes.
Fire-safe cigarettes, So we had to get rid of, when I worked at Come and Go, we had to get rid of we had a huge fire sale on all of our old cigarettes that had the old, like, that didn't have that additive to it that stopped it from burning out. Because, I mean, think about it, they don't give a if you are actually smoking it, as long as you have it in your hand, it's burning.
Sure. So it must be a concern for like apartment buildings or something.
Oh no, totally. Well, that's on the surface.
Safety.
On the surface, it's the safety and all that. But like the executives in the cigarette industry were super pissed because like the cigarettes will burn out after 15 to 20 seconds of not smoking.
Yeah.
So otherwise, I mean, have you ever seen the person? We've all seen them at parties or whatever outside of a bar. They're just sitting there like waving their hand around, like just smoking, not even smoking, just talking.
The cigarette's half ash.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
hanging on the finger.
They collectively, we're getting back to volume, lost millions and millions and millions of dollars quarter over quarter because now the cigarette will like not be lit anymore.
Oh, so they can relight it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But so the cigarette doesn't burn out. Yeah, that's interesting.
Nope, then Bic Lighters.
Yeah, Bic was the one pushing this agenda. Bic Lighters.
I was like, whoa, the rabbit hole goes so deep. I never knew.
We're getting so deep on this conspiracy theory. Bic Lighters is like has like all these what are they called out there?
The doubles, triples their fuel because they have to light a cigarette 3 times.
Yeah,
to smoke one cigarette. Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, but in all seriousness, I'm looking forward to this. I know you guys are looking forward to it in a way. I mean, you're about to have a baby here, Nick. So.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. Well, once you get married, you think about.
We're gonna start with a
stuff.
dog first.
Yeah,
that's the way to go.
Obviously. Like work our way up. Yeah. Parenting training. Basically.
Yeah. Well, the thing that actually, all jokes aside, like that will start affecting us here soon. I think about it quite often is our parents are all getting old. Our parents are are getting senile. I know my dad is. No, I'm just kidding. He voted for Trump. No, I'm just kidding.
He voted for Trump.
But he's just one of those Fox News people. So yeah, I don't like the trash on my dad, but
kind of off topic. I had like a Twitch viewer come into my chat and say he quit watching another guy because he supports Trump.
Oh nice. Yeah, dude. I mean,
but like the dude is so funny. I was like watching him the other day, and this is like a weed smoking guy, but apparently like hates Trump or loves Trump. Not loves Trump, supports Trump.
Yeah.
Which is kind
I
of
don't have any hate in my heart if you instantly like if someone says they voted for Trump, but I do have like disdain.
Well, it's still
I don't mean to.
If they still support him and think that he's doing a good job, then
yeah.
These are like again, like I was saying earlier, this very small percentage of people that we're probably not going to encounter that often, but yeah.
Right.
I honestly think there's more anti-media people than pro-Trump people, but I think that like those two kind of go hand in hand because you like don't believe what you're being told, so you instantly think the opposite of what you're being told. You know what I mean?
Like, propagates that message,
Yeah. So like, okay, I'm being lied to about XYZ. They're probably lying to me about the presidency.
Yeah,
that was rhymed. I could be a rapper probably. Probably next endeavor right there.
You're gonna get nominated for Album of the Year and then lose.
Shit,
lose to Taylor Swift's daughter.
Taylor Swift's
daughter. Dude, if I lose to Taylor Swift, man, that's gonna be a dark K-hole I spiral into.
Dark K-hole. What do we got popping off today? We got Super Bowl Sunday. It's the Patriots versus the Eagles.
Nobody gives a shit.
I know, right? Why the Patriots?
I wish.
Conspiracy theory again.
Deflate ball gate.
Well, so
I don't even know.
I've watched some shit about refs being like, no, it's totally rigged. Like, there's like ex-referees. I watched more of the NBA side of it, but they're like saying like, we'll make a call favoring like LeBron James, you know, because they told us to do that ahead of time, you know. And
that's like,
if you don't follow that, you won't be invited back to ref again.
That's like last year. Insane. Was it last year or probably both? Like the previous 2 years. When, like, it went to, like, 7 games, and it's just like, no, that's ridiculous.
Oh,
like,
yeah. So much extra money. Yeah, 2 extra games.
It's more broadcasting, more, And I kind of believe that,
Yeah, I don't believe in sports. It's still fun to watch, but I just think that it's all
bullshit.
Yeah.
And there's so much money that goes in.
Yeah, there's so much money, but I don't think it's all bullshit.
How much money for a fucking
I don't think it's
Super Bowl
all
ad?
bullshit. I think that you can pay refs, be like, okay, be lenient to LeBron James tonight.
God.
And if you don't, like,
I mean, there's definitely
find
proof
the
out there
that like are willing to like work with you. You know what I mean? At all? I don't know.
Well, I wish that the Vikings were in it because I would at least care. Like I would be like excited to watch the game tonight, but I just feel like it's like two teams that are always in it. So who cares? Like,
I know, and somebody at work thought that the Eagles were the logo for the Patriots was actually the eagle, because like a American bald eagle, like Patriot.
Oh yeah.
So it's like at that, it's like I can see where they're coming from. Like I don't even know. I know all the logos. I played Madden growing up. You know, like I liked the Vikings so much. I remember being like huge fan of Randy Moss because he was a wide receiver for. We talked about this a little bit last week with Clemon, who was bringing up sports, but I like this. I just like to get together with friends on a Sunday.
It's gonna be fun. Dude, we're just gonna laugh at the commercials and eat food and whatever.
I don't have hatred towards sports because of that. I just question.
You were bringing in the sport knowledge last week on episode 62, y'all. It's up on YouTube. But
no, just like 90s basketball.
Well, I know, but I didn't. I think every little boy, most little boys get into sports in some way. The competitive nature to it and all that. So, well, we've been recording for an hour and 20 minutes, but we lost 20 minutes, so it wasn't that much. It was about 10 to 15, but... Listeners at home, I'm sorry, but we lost some of the episode. I wrote it down on my show notes for next week. Bring the external recorder forever now. See, so like I invested some money into EZPZ again this year by getting a new TV so I can move my old 1080p into my office. Trey gave me a camera already, so I've got a camera ready to roll to do some live streaming, I guess. I was thinking about this.
Let me know if you need help setting it up. It's super easy.
Yeah. Twitch.tv/totallytrey.
Well, and honestly, I think that having like the camera, you could use it for podcasts if you wanted to do something like that. And like, I don't know.
I want to get to a point where that office is like, I want to get like a folding table. I don't even have one of those. And I see one at Costco every damn time I go. And they're like $140 for a really nice new one that has 4 chairs. You know, it's like, I can get this. Like, it's not a big deal. And I can, I want to turn my office into a podcasting recording place or room or whatever. Yeah. I mean, I love the sound in here at Studio Gandy, but
I'm about to buy all of those. Like, exactly. I was about to foam that up my office for my streams and shit, my YouTube videos, whatever.
But I don't know is the best way to go about it because I have so much art on the walls. Like,
True. Yeah, I'm like super industrial. Like if especially with a work area, I don't really care about the aesthetic, especially with how I have it set up with the green screen. Like the background doesn't matter anymore, you know? So it's more about like raw utilitarianism.
Yeah, true. Yeah, for sure. Well, Nick, we were just chatting about how next week I'm going to be bringing the external recorder.
Yes, please.
Nick had to step away to take a tinkle.
That was like a movie theater P times 2. Like I was holding it like half the time. And like it's almost over. I'll be good. I was like, no, I'm about to.
No way. Yeah.
My bladder's gonna blow here. So.
I have never gone to the bathroom during a movie.
I
at a theater.
have.
Never.
I try not to. But
I never
try
do.
not to.
Ever.
Dude.
And I was thinking about this week, actually, because Lydia and I were talking about... Well, hold on. Lydia and I were talking about Electric Forest last year. Had such a great... Like, had so many extra porta potties. Like, we didn't have to go to the bath... Or, like, wait in line to go to the bathroom very often, except for being...
Clem almost got peed on, though.
Oh, yeah. That's a great story. Later this year, I want to do, like, a Electric Forest podcast again.
Yeah, we will, for sure.
Before Forest, pre, and during, and post. But, anyway...
On the topic of bathroom breaks, I remember my worst bathroom break at a movie. It was Lord of the Rings, Two Towers.
Oh, man.
I was so stoked to be there. It was like the first sequel to that, and I was like super fucking hyped. And the Battle of Helm's Deep is like an hour long.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I'm like sitting there like having to shit so hard.
That's not a pee.
Right when the battle starts, you know, I'm like, okay, this battle can't be that long.
3 minutes later, a bead of sweat rolls down your face.
Like, I'm just like sweating, I'm shaking, I'm like, oh goddamn, if I see one more Orca get its head chopped off, I'm gonna shit my pants.
You could have went in the popcorn.
Dude.
Oh, that's a strategy. That's an interesting strategy. I don't think they let you do that in like in flicks nowadays, but I mean, back in the day, the theaters were lawless, man. You could smoke cigarettes, you could. No, I don't know.
Well, what I was saying with with Electric Force was I've never gone to the bathroom during a headliner. Or like anybody. I never ever.
Lydia and I went during Kendrick.
My bladder is so strong. I can flex that 6-pack muscle on that bladder.
Oh my God.
No,
I got a 6-pack on
I'm like, once I break that seal, I gotta pee all the time. It's terrible. It's
is that a
terrible.
real thing? I always
It
heard
is
that's
for
what
girls
everybody
at least.
says,
I don't know, but it's
stupid
really
people
awful.
say
My metabolism is like a machine, dude. It will force it out of my body whether I like it or not. It's just like
really.
Sorry, going right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
You were the one that was peeing on Clem's leg.
Yeah, probably, dude. Probably.
Forrest.
I was the one standing in the line at the T-Pain. There was like, what was it? How many people were at the T-Pain
that
show?
was kind of fucked up. They
3,000?
didn't have good.
There was...
We had to walk all the way outside to go to the porta potties.
For that many people.
How did they not have bathrooms in that venue? Like,
It was
I don't
psycho.
understand.
Here we go. Like, I mean, bottom line is like that was a shit experience.
Whatever. Well, the show was good. The show was good.
The show was fine. Like the beer, I didn't even get to get drunk. Like I had 3 drinks and 9 soda waters. I bought literally 18 soda waters. I just kept coming back with like
Canada
6-pack
Dries.
of Canada Dries.
I just like cannot work lines like that, man. It's just like I'll
And
like be standing there politely and there's just like people jamming in front of me and like
no.
Man, that's a bummer. Just like losing that 15-minute clip of this episode. But hey, thanks for joining us for episode 63. Madison, we'll get you back on. We won't have issues like that again.
That's
it happens though. That's actually the second time it's ever happened, or third time it's ever happened.
Oh yeah.
The second time's actually impacted us. That's a Sean hair.
Is that a Gale hair?
Oh, it's probably a Gale.
Could be.
Let's examine the hair live on the podcast.
It's good coffee.
So thanks for joining us this week. You can find the EZPZ at the EZPZ on Twitter, Instagram. You can find me at Sean S. Johnson. You can find Nick at bazooka_Nick Instagram. Yep. Nick, talk about Nick's Mix real quick. Where are we at? We're at 10 almost.
Yeah, we're at 10. Getting them on Apple Music now. I was having problems with my SoundCloud actually for a while. I don't know if anyone else if anyone regularly uses SoundCloud.
Isn't it shutting down now? I thought that
Chance the Rapper saved it.
I thought that
Chance
it was still
everything.
shutting down.
He's insane.
Chance for president, actually.
Yeah, that would be pretty
No way. He's too young and too dumb. But he is so cool.
He is pretty cool.
He's a beautiful person.
Yeah, he is.
Anyway,
no kidding.
I got it back and running. I just deleted the app and re-downloaded it, but it was like not playing songs and I couldn't even open it. It was weird. Anyway, but it's back up and running now.
Nick's Mix, hashtag
coming
Nick's
out,
Mix.
the 9th.
Okay.
What's on
This is
this
actually
one?
the weekend we're going to.
Friday.
What are some choice notes on this one?
Some choice notes. Actually, I don't really
last one you had
build it until
Drake.
like a couple days before.
Oh,
Because I'm just like consuming music, and then I'll like pick my favorites a couple days before I actually drop it.
Mix.
And actually, on the night that same day, MGMT is putting out a new record, and we're going to Big Wild. So
On Saturday,
yeah.
So that'll be.
Lindy and I are going to Tom Segura.
Cool
We're doing Valentine's Day that Friday before Big Wild. So next
nice.
on the 9th, yeah, we're going to Tom Segura operating room, hopefully, together. So yeah, that'll be tight. Cool. Trey, where can they find you?
Twitch.tv/TotallyTrey, Instagram, totally.Trey, and then Twitter, totally_Trey.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but I have them all in the show notes on the website now, like all links. So it's cool.
Yeah, at my personal Facebook page.
Last episode, I was trying to bring up, like, what is the thing you click on the video that takes you somewhere else? It's called an annotation.
It's not a hyperlink?
It's called an annotation.
When it's inside a video?
Yeah, it's like a bubble, and you can just, when they say, click here, click on my face, and it'll take you to my Twitter. Or whatever. So I'm going to try having those in episode 63 then popping off. Madison, where can they find you?
Instagram, MadCity515.
It's just Mad
about
City
it.
515?
Good kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
515, baby.
Awesome.
Episode 64 is I'm kind of up in the air because we're gonna record a podcast right while we have beers in hand. I've been dry. I've been sober for.
It's
I know.
Sean's
I want to see Sean's
rodeo after 40 days.
I just stopped drinking for 40 days as of next
That's
week.
awesome.
days and 40
Saturday.
nights, so it's
Easy
gonna be
peasy,
a
you know how
banger
it is.
next Saturday.
Oh my god, it's gonna be.
I'm going to have to see some documentation.
Oh, you will.
I mean, what do you mean, like a?
I'm just joking.
I was
There'll
gonna
be
say because like I've been
There'll be
tracking.
snaps.
We're
Yeah.
going to strap
Well, no, that's
GoPro to him.
exactly what I would expect from you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Gail told me he's like he keeps all these notes about people and shit, like birthdays and
He
stuff.
knows
Like
the things that we have done. He knows.
Yeah, I have a note on my phone for intake, and this year I'm tracking even my cheat days. So I've down to like the number of Oreos I ate yesterday.
wow.
That's cool.
It's called OCD.
So
Y'all.
like
It's
with
not
Gail,
cool. It's a
so
problem.
when we went camping, you were recording the like chocolate and like syrup and shit you were putting on your s'mores,
Like ounces of.
Like, because I remember I've seen Sean eat the most disgusting shit, dude. Like, he'll just like put like
doesn't
what was the
sound like
hot
Sean at all.
dog, dude, that you ate? It was like
I had a bratwurst that had sauerkraut, mustard, mayonnaise, ketchup, barbecue sauce. And
Up
I think
until the
hot sauce.
barbecue, that
there was.
sounded delicious.
I feel like there had to have been something.
Every
weirder on
bite
that
was like
too,
a new
though.
adventure.
Sean likes his condiments, for sure.
Yeah, I like my
What
condiments. I
about
like
the
sausage.
gorging
Dude, I
thing we
love
were going to do?
condiments.
The what?
The gorging thing we were going to do.
Oh yeah, that's another. I have a list of awesome stuff I want to do for the for Easy Peasy this year. So like Saturdays, Easy Peasy plays, or Sunday afternoons where we play video games. We live stream it. Double live stream it. Today would be a good day to like kind of like talk about that, set that up before we watch the Super Bowl. Then we got Easy Peasy Gorge, where we just gorge our faces with $20 worth of fast food meat. And, like,
Review it. Like, here's a burrito. It's very sensual.
and then we also review
good.
it coming back up because like, or else your
yeah.
life will be ruined if you don't just puke it back up. You know?
Okay.
Bulimia is not a joke; it's a real thing.
One time we went to CC's Pizza. It's like an all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. It was like in high school.
Oh,
we
yeah.
ate
Been
as
there,
much
done
as we
that.
could.
Yeah.
Barfed it up in the bathroom. Went back for round 2.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta get that value. Like,
Dude,
man,
$5.30
yes.
after tax, CC's, you get the most pizza of anywhere in the entire world.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the entire world.
Dude,
It's
their
true.
pizza's
It's
the
true.
literal worst. It shut down, you know, like the one that was on Merle Hay and
Really?
Aurora.
R.I.P. baby.
Yeah, R.I.P. The $5.30 pizza fest.
I only ever went to the one on the south side.
Sasai?
It doesn't even taste like it was like that cheap. Like,
I know.
like
You're way out of-
$5.30 for. It tasted more expensive than that.
Hey,
like,
the macaroni and
no.
cheese pizza, like,
Yeah, dude, there was a buffalo chicken one. I don't
Awful.
know. Anyway,
No. Their pizzas were 4 inches into the pizza where it actually had like the topping.
well, yeah, that's
The
why you
crust
would
was
just
like
eat
6 inches.
You would just
Yeah,
eat the
you
bite
see-
and throw it.
Yeah.
you save the crust so you know how many
The
pieces
count,
you eat.
exactly. No, that's what we did. My friends, no,
We never did
my
CC.
record was 48,
never.
48, 52.
48.
Hong Kong, man. That
Oh,
was our.
Hong Kong.
I've done some dirty
so
things at that place, man. Like, some things that we can't talk about on the air, man. It's like,
Thanks to their bathroom, you wrecked their bathroom.
no, that's when I get home. I don't wish that on anyone.
Well, thank you for joining us for episode 63. We'll bring it back at you. I don't know if that'll be episode 60. We want to do like an N64 podcast, maybe. We might just skip episode 64 for a while.
Yeah, bring it back.
Yeah.
We're saving episode 64 for later, dude.
Yeah. No, who knows? But we'll come at you. This has been the EZPZ Podcast, and we out.
Bye.